Organizations and community groups are holding events celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And
there's so many ways that your families can get involved, and the celebration, as well as the community projects. And Coretta Hill, the Vice President of Volunteer and Community Engagement for the United Way Northeast Florida, is here to tell us how. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Good to see you, Coretta.
Good to see you again, too.
Okay, so you guys have a celebration event every year,
Yes.
but what are you guys doing differently this year?
So this year, we're actually expanding our offerings to do a week of service. So it's MLK Week of Service starting tomorrow, so January 19th, and going through the following Saturday, which will, of course, January 26th, which each day will include majority of community service activities, and interspersed will be a couple of other cultural activities as well.
So what are some examples of some of the opportunities people have?
So we have volunteer activities ranging from beautification projects and to serving meals to doing some painting and landscaping. So really a variety. Also canvassing and delivering information to homes in residential areas. And this year we're partnering, which is also a little different, is we're focusing on kind of community-based organizations. So these are many of the organizations most folks probably aren't familiar with, and so they're organizations that really depend on volunteers. Many of them are run by volunteers, so it's a really great way for United Way to expand what we do in our neighborhoods as well as in the community. And
you guys currently have a partnership with 904 Ward, right?
Absolutely. So on Thursday, one of those community or cultural events will be a conversation in partnership with 904 Ward. It's a race card activity to really have a discussion about race equity and cultural differences, to help create more understanding of each other's and of our differences, and really, quite frankly, uplifting the legacy of Dr. King, which is what he was all about.
And what are some of the the events that are on MLK Day?
So on MLK Day, we do have some community service activities still on our website, as well as we are partnering and we'll be in the Martin Luther King Day Parade with one of our partners, and so there's an opportunity to be in the parade with us as a volunteer. And then we're partnering with the Comer, where we're encouraging folks to check out the Augusta Savage exhibit with and at the Ritz Theater, and so there's a number of activities we're partnering there as well.
Something I think is important to note is United Way, it's not just about this week of service that you're promoting, it's all year long. You guys constantly have opportunities for people and need volunteers.
Yes, I'm glad you said that, Curtis, because that's exactly why we do this. We are the reason MLK Day or just the week of his legacy and remembering his legacy is so important. Is, you know, he has a quote that I really love, is that everybody can do something great because we can all serve. And I'm, you know, ad-libbing a little bit there, but we can all serve, and really we want to encourage people to not just do this during the Martin Luther King and be inspired during his legacy and his birthday, but throughout the year. And those activities are available 365 days. There's something available for people to get involved in.
Yeah, because this holiday is all about giving back and serving the community, but you can carry that out through the whole year, right?
Absolutely. You can carry it out through the year, and it really upholds the vision of United Way, which is to create a community of opportunity where everyone has hope and can reach their full potential.
Thanks,
thank
Coretta.
you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for joining us. You can find more information on firstcoastliving.net.